Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I brought in this Japanese quince. It's a kind of a very weird structural tree. There's roots that are kind of joining this trunk onto this trunk, and so that's why I decided to plant it on top of this rock, just to give it some sort of reason for having these funny roots all over the place. So as you can see, again, been a bit neglected, so I'm going to repot it so that I can get all these weeds out, and just have a look at what we're dealing with now, because it hasn't done any work on this since I planted it. They just came as a little kind of clump of whips, but they somehow all managed to join together. So okay, we'll get on with it and see what we've got to work with. And with some of these weeds like this, I'm never going to get that out unless I repot it, so I may as well just repot it. I will keep all this soil, it's still good soil. I'll just, when it dries out, sieve it all and reuse it again at a late stage for something else. Put that out the way for a minute. A lot of soil there. Okay, so let's see what we've got to work with. Rake, and we'll see if we can find this duck leaf or dandelion, root. These are normally like carrots. Roots of these. Somehow got itself. Don't want to break it if I can. There it is. You can see the link to that. No, I'm not sure if it's got a drainage screen. Well, the drainage screen is probably lower down in the pot. It just seems to be, the roots seem to be growing here, like it's not penetrating down into the rest of the soil for some reason. I don't think I ever had it in another pot. Looks like it's been lifted out of a shallower pot and put into this one. I don't remember ever doing that. And I would have probably trimmed the roots a bit if I did that, so I don't know why it's doing this. It's funny. It's going to take a bit of fiddling about with these roots, because your normal root system, that's for sure. The trunks, all sorts of kind of weird shapes and twists and stuff in them. It seems to have a massive roots here. Maybe I didn't try to have it in some channel and I lifted it into that. I don't remember that though. Another reason why I make my videos, so I'd be able to go back if I'd have recorded it and have a look and see. Something goes around my garden chewing the bark. This one here now is half the bark is chewing off again. I don't know if it's a mouse or mice doing it or what. They just nibble on the bark a bit. Luckily they don't seem to ring them, they just take a little bit. This must have been in another pot at some stage or something. It's like this. But we'll try and sort it out now today. Plenty of roots there anyway now. say, the roots seem to have rotted away or broken off. So you get a layer of soil and then a mat of roots under it. Is there a green screen in there or what? It's just so netted. Doesn't seem to be any. No, there's no screen in there. It's just a giant mat of roots. See, it's sending out new shoots all over the place. A big clump of grass here growing in amongst it. Proven to be a bit more of a job than I thought. That grass is completely welded itself in amongst the roots. See, even as a root going, there's a hole through the rock here, and there's a root going through to this one. Then there's a root that comes from this one, goes across to this one, which is attached to this one, and around to another one over there. So it's a very kind of spaghetti junction down everything. They're all interlocked to joined to each other. That's the grass there. That side. Okay, got that out. Rock's got lots of holes in it and roots growing into every nook and cranny. Okay, so that root is actually broken, so we might be able to unthread it off the rock for now. There you go. You can see the hole through the rock there. Right, let's have a look at this now. I'm trying to remember where I actually got this. Oh yeah, look, there's drainage screen there, so it was in a sort of shallower pot at some stage, I did maybe the pot broke or something. But I just lifted it and put it straight onto a bigger pot with more soil. Must have been the wrong time of the year, because I would never just lift it and just put it without taking drainage screens or anything out. Something must have happened to the old pot. Just can't remember. Must have been a couple of years ago, I'd say. Okay. Just gonna keep wiggling it. Okay, it's going to take me a while to untangle all this mess, so I might as well pause the video for now and we'll come back and have a look at it. Okay, I've washed the roots now and I'm just flabbergasted. I have no idea. I'm normally, I think I'm quite resourceful when it comes to figuring out what to do with trees with bad roots and things, but I have never seen anything like this before. It's just intertwined and connected to itself and back on itself, and it's got these huge roots. Do I cut it up and make separate trees out of it, or do I try and use all these like, you're never going to get a natural looking tree out of it, that's for sure. It's completely bizarre the way the roots are. And or do I try and figure a way of utilising it with all these roots? Do I put it back on the rock? It's just crazy. So look, even the roots grow all sorts of like ridiculous shapes. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to have a think about it. Maybe like that, put it back on the rock, maybe divide it, maybe take some of it off and separate it. I don't know. Right, I'm gonna have to have a think about this one. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to separate it. I know it looks kind of a bit weird and alien-like with all these, but I'm thinking it needs to be separated really, because it's just too much. It's just, so I'm going to separate this piece and this piece off. So when I come up here, I'll take it at the source basically, which is here. So that's that one off. And what I think I might do is put this main one back, possibly, if I can get that underneath there, through that hole again. We can use these roots for gripping on here, and that will sit in that hole like that nicely. So we'll take off this one at the back here. Let's do it again, take it off with the saws. Now, even the roots are like kinking over and doing weird things. I'll see if I can get this. Don't know if I'll get all this through actually. Maybe I can cut that off there. Go with this thin piece through the hole. There's a bit here now where it's kind of going back on itself. I don't know if I'm going to get that through that hole. No, it's not going to go through there. Okay, so I think this. Oh, now let me call it up the others. If I did it this way. Kind of. If I don't put it on the rock, it just looks just weird with all these roots. Maybe we'll just put it like that. Just go back like that, where it was. Don't bother trying to thread this through. Or do I take a chance and I just cut that root? Yeah, I don't think I'll bother. I think I'm just going to sit it back on the rock like that again, the way it was, without the root going on through here though instead, through the hole. We'll just put the root over the top of it, and we'll just put these down around the rock like this so it holds it on the rock when they grow. We'll fill in here with soil again. We'll just leave that as that. So let's start with that anyway. So I'll get a pot in that and we'll do that. Okay, so we'll just go with this plastic draining pot. Seems to fit nicely in there, so we'll put in a layer of soil first. Back in, and we'll just make sure there's no weed roots on it. And we want the tree to be kind of like that, so put that in there like that. This root over the side. Just basically get the roots all going over the edges, so then it will eventually lock the tree onto the rock, and we'll fill it in. Definitely the strangest roots I've ever seen on a tree. I don't know how they manage to grow in the air and connect to each other. Going to fill in underneath here. And this time we'll try and keep the weeds down. I'm not sure if this root here is going to be, which is in the soil quite a lot. Maybe we can put something over that, a bit of spring moss, something just to keep it moist until it's taken into the soil. Just work that in all around. maybe whatever happened to it before and I took it out, which was obviously a shallower pot. Maybe I didn't have time at the time to when I saw the roots, and it was a bit of a minefield, so maybe that's why I decided just to drop it straight on top of another load of soil in a bigger pot until I had more time. Definitely a strange one. Okay, so we'll just pile a little bit of sphagnum moss on this one here, just to best to wet the moss first. When I water it, I'll make sure it's all well and truly packed on there. Okay, so we'll just let that go crazy again and see what happens. Probably send out more shoots again. Move a little bit over the side. On that one. Like that, when we water it, we'll sort that out. Okay, so let's move that one out the way. Let's see what we have left. We have this guy. We can take that root off. I don't know if this might branch out. It was above the ground, so I'm not sure if that's classed as a root or a branch. It was just going across and attaching to another one. You have some crazy roots here. So I'm wondering, do I just plant it like that? And then maybe one day we cut it back and we use this twisty bit here as part of the tree. Maybe, do I see, I could get rid of this, but then the root would end up a lot smaller than the trunk. If I put the two together, they'll probably eventually fuse together to make a thicker trunk. So maybe that's what we'll do with that one. This one, look at that. What on earth do you do with that? Never seen it make it. Is there something I can wind this into, plant it on it? Maybe the dragon outside, the red dragon. Maybe I could wind all this in amongst the dragon. Let's go and get the dragon and have a look. Okay, so I've wound it in around this. I think this is all I can do with this. So I've got this back one, it's coming down around the back, through here, over here and around here. Then this one here, it splits into three here. One's coming down the front, one's going through that loop, and one's coming through this loop. So they're coming out the back here. And then I have one coming down through the middle here and going out through this side and working its way down through the front here. So we'll do that and see what happens like that. Eventually we can decide what we want to keep and what we don't want to keep with it. But for now, that's literally as best as I can come up with to do with this. And we'll create maybe a tree up here. But in a few years' time it should look quite good, to be honest, with all these roots wrapped around it. So now we just need to find a deep pot to plant it into. So let me have a look and see what I've got. Okay, so I found this long narrow pot that I took my climbing hydrangea out of, so this should work okay. So put some drain screen in it. Turned out to be a bit longer video than I was expecting. I thought I was just going to lift the tree out of the other part, take out the weeds and put it back in. Okay, so I'm just going to stand this on the bottom natural statue just so that we'll get as much depth as we can with it. Try and get all the roots into the pot as much as we can as well. And like that. Next year we'll take it out and see where we are with it. Doesn't work, so we'll take it off. Okay, so now we'll just fill it all in. Just put some coarser stuff in around underneath. Just help with the drainage. We'll top it off. Normal mix, I need to get some more mix, I think, and we'll be running out. It might be a bit strange, or it might turn out to be very, very good. We'll have to wait and see. It's one of these mysteries when you do things like this. Work all that in now. Judging by the way the roots grow, you'll probably find it's more entwined than I've set it up next time I take it out. And I'm fully expecting it to shoot out more. Shoot out up around up here. So it might end up a clump style on top or something. We'll see what way we want to style it afterwards. Okay. That's pretty solid now, just throw another little bit on top. I'm dragging to keep it as high as we can around there. Okay, so put the last bit on the edges. That's ready to go out and get a good soak in. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll turn out to be something good, or it might be just something crazy. Now this last little guy, well, I actually have these little ones as well, so I'm just going to plant this one like this for now, and I'm going to cut the top off it here. I'm just going to plant it in the pot and just leave it at that and see how that grows. So I'll just get one of these little plastic train pots I think for this job. That's nice, let's have a look. There we go with the bigger one. So we'll just put some soil in there. Again, we've got some coarser stuff on the bottom. We'll just deal with this at a later stage, see how it goes, see what it turns into. I have to definitely go get more soil. Okay. Okay, so that's that one. And then these little ones, normally I wouldn't bother keeping them, but I had to buy this online because I couldn't find any here. Look, you can see something's been nibbling on that one again. So I'm just going to reduce the roots on this one, reduce them on that, and we'll just stick these in this little pot. Let's see, do. Just let them intertwine with each other if you want to. Just still too long, I'm going to chop it right back. So just plant them in there. I'm not even going to use new soil, I've just used some of it. Put them back in this other pot. Plant them as like cuttings. Maybe we'll just give them away if they live. Somebody. Okay, so we'll take these out and we'll give them all good watering. And we may as well stick that in that pot as well. There we go. So we'll take them out, give them all a good watering, and hopefully they'll survive and we'll have some sort of a unusual but possibly a nice looking trees one day. So as always guys, like that, I didn't mind this video to go this long, but it did. But if you're still with me, thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next one.